Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is Dawn Does Life, and this is Crying Skull by Sarah Richter. I am almost done. I am in my final section. I have the skull, most of the skull to do, a little bit on the flower and a little bit in the vines, so getting so close. I have not been able to work on it a whole lot because I've been sick. My husband and I both tested positive for COVID on February 15th. So it's been a long week of no sleep and everything under the sun, not feeling good. I ate my first actual meal yesterday. Before that, the first couple of days of COVID, I'd say probably the first 3 days, I didn't eat anything. I just drank. And last night was the first time I actually had food. But up until then, anything I did eat was like soup. My husband did not get the throat cough, cold kind of. He did have a dry cough for a few days, but then it went away. It's just hung on with me, and I just tested myself again last night, and I am still positive. So I have no idea. I thought it only lasted like 5 days or so, and then I would be fine. And I've had all the vaccines, and I mean, thank goodness I did, because it was awful even with them, I should say. And I have the brain fog, and I have I just feel hot and I feel cold, and I'm just waiting for it to finally kick. I would say, again, the first 3 or 4 days were horrible for backaches. I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't sleep. And so, of course, I wasn't getting very much rest. And I'm just, I'm feeling like crap. And diamond painting is my happy place, so I thought I would come on here today and try and do that. And hopefully I don't go into a coughing fit while I'm doing it. But yeah, I am just so happy about this. This painting is so beautiful. And I'm getting so excited that it's so close to the end. But I'm so sad because I'm going to miss doing it. I can't wait to be able to like unfold the whole thing. I've got it rolled up at the bottom here. I can't show it to you. It's too far down, but I can't wait to unroll the whole thing and see it in its entirety and for all of its beauty. Like, just even in the spots that I can see, it is just so amazing to me how pretty this thing is. And I know pretty isn't a word that you would think to use, but like it is, it's beautiful and pretty and such a tragic story. Oh, you guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so it's been a long week. I haven't been able to get out and do anything. Oh, and the taste. So, excuse me, sorry guys. I don't know if this means that maybe I was positive longer than I thought I was, but I had noticed that I love Pepsi, and Pepsi started tasting different. And nothing. Some people say that you lose your sense of taste or your taste, and I could taste something, but it was just very unsatisfying. Anyway, that has definitely been something. And coffee tastes different. The closest thing I could get to have an actual taste was apple juice, so I've been drinking some apple juice. But everything has this weird taste. And I can't wait for that to go away, because I'm not a big fan of apple juice. It gives me really bad heartburn. And I'm not one, I don't get a lot of heartburn, but of course it's very uncomfortable and I don't like it. So I really would just like to, I am drinking Pepsi right now, but it's weird. I can taste or I can feel the fizz, and I think that's why I'm continuing to drink it, because the fizz feels good on my throat. But yeah, it's just not, the taste is just not there. I had a ginger ale last night, and when I first started drinking it, it had a really weird taste too. But as it warmed up or was less cold, it started tasting a bit more like ginger ale, and it actually was really good. So I'm thinking of maybe donning my mask and going to the store and getting some ginger ale, because it feels really good on the throat and it's a taste. But yeah, every morning I have my coffee. I have 1 cup of coffee every day when I first wake up, and it's just been so ugh. So what else? Oh, the aches and pains. My God. My back, it was like this. I was being stuck in the middle of my back with a poker. And I have lower back problems to begin with, but this was on a whole nother level. Usually I can put some A535 or we use this CBD, it's called Relief Stick. It's really expensive, but it works really good. And like that'll help. But no, nothing would help. But now it's back to like sort of where it was before, so at least that's good. But I still have these aches in my legs and my arms and headaches, and ugh, I just really would like this to be over. This whole time, it's so frustrating because we worked so hard to not get infected and do all the right things, and these stupid variants keep getting stupider. My favorite word right now, because that's just how I feel. Like this whole thing is stupid. I want it to go away. But it finally got us, and I mean, I'm glad that, I guess I'm glad it was this variant, and that we got it after we've had 3 doses of, like 4 shots of the vaccine. We didn't get our bivalent one. But now that, like, whatever, that was going to be next, and we hadn't got it yet, because we just, in the late fall, or in the fall, we got our last one. So, and I thought I was so smart timing it last year. We should have had it in the summertime, and I wanted to wait until fall because that's when everybody goes back indoors mostly, and I thought that would be when it started to run away with people getting sick again. And so I waited till the fall, and it worked good, but here we are in the new year, and yay, I've got COVID. But yeah, it was not. So it was funny when, so Greg had been not feeling good. I was feeling fine. But Greg had not been feeling good for a couple of days. And so I went and got a box of tests, because we didn't actually have any here. And we took it, and we both took it. It just seemed to make sense. But I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't feeling sick. And so Greg's came up positive within, like, I'd say a minute. The test that we got, it said you're supposed to wait 10 minutes. And his was like right away. You could see the red line. And he's like, no. I'm like, nope, that's a positive, Greg. He's like, no. it's really light. And I'm like, just give it time, it'll get darker, but yeah, you're a positive. But mine had nothing. It went all the way up the line, and the control line showed up on mine, but the positive line was not there. And so Greg and I walked away, and we were sitting talking. I'm like, geez, like, what are we going to do? Like, we're going to have to figure out sleeping situation. You're sick, I'm not, blah, blah, blah. And Greg's sister and her husband ended up getting COVID at one point. And so Greg said, call his sister because her husband got it and she didn't. And he said, like, just ask them, like, what they did to keep each other safe or keep her safe. So I called her, and we were chatting, and I walked by the tests on the counter, and she was like, yeah, I kind of thought Greg was positive with the things he was saying, and he hadn't said anything to me other than the fact that he was feeling a little under the weather, but I guess he had been talking to her, and she said, yeah, I had a feeling. And then I walked by the test, and there was my line. So it took, like, I don't know, it was over 10 minutes at that point, but I was like, oh my goodness, I'm positive too. She's like, what? Yeah, so I guess I don't need your advice on how not to make me sick. But ugh, I'm glad that we got it together, I guess. It would have been awful if one of us was sick and we had to avoid each other. So this way we could just be sick and commiserate together. But I don't know. I just feel like crap. I can't believe I still feel like such crap. And this cough that I have it's painful. And that sore throat, I have a sore throat. But it's weird. I've heard some people say that the sore throat you get with COVID is like the worst thing in the world. And I don't find that. But it's painful. But it's only painful on my left side. So when I swallow, my left side of my throat hurts. But the other side just kind of tingles. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's just my reality right now. But yeah, so probably talking is not helping, but I just thought I would do a really quick whip and chat. I think that by the time, or this will be done, I don't know how long I'm going to talk. It's probably not going to be super long because I'm really not feeling good. And it's easier for me to just sit here and kind of plug away at it and then get up and come back. But I would say that this is going to be done within a day or two max. If I really push it, I think I probably could even be done today. And I don't think I'm going to talk that long. So the next time you guys see it, it will be in its entirety finished. Which, I mean, but at this point, you guys are probably dying to see it. If you're interested in this painting at all, you're probably dying to see what it looks like done. Anyways, and just as much as I am, I just want to, like, unroll it and look at the whole damn thing. Because I don't know, this one really, really made me happy to do. I had another one. Well, I mean, I've had a lot of paintings that have made me very happy to do. But I would say there's just a couple. Well, I don't know. I loved Deborah Malcolm's Evening Stroll. I absolutely loved that picture. I loved my tree that I got from the Home Fun store, I think it was called. On AliExpress. I loved that one. Loved my first Chuck Pinson. What other one? But one of my absolute favorite ones to do well, I really liked the evening stroll. It was a lot of fun to do. But the one I really, really think of and is one of my favorite artists on Diamond Art Club is Mad Art Studios. I love her work. And Out West, that picture was so much fun to do because it was the wind swirling, and it was like it actually changed the way I do diamond painting. Like, I used to do just like section by section by section, but on Out West, the colors would kind of flow in these patterns, and so I just kept going with it. And so now when I'm doing a painting, I have my sections, but they're huge, and I just kind of follow. Like, I do one color and I just kind of follow it, and I have more fun painting that way. But that painting, there's another one called Little Village that is sort of the counterpart to that one, and I think it's called Little Village. And I have to do that one, and I don't know, I just love her whimsical designs. And then so anyways, that was my absolute favorite painting to do, and one of my, I'd say, top 2 or 3 paintings that I've ever done. I just love it. And that one, I remember, had so much sparkle in it and so many ABs, and it just all fit. Anyway, I'm rambling on about that one, but so that one was another one that I was so excited to be done, that one, just so I could see it done, but was so sad that I was done because it was so much fun to do. And I feel that way about this. Is, I guess, sort of the point I was trying to make, is that as much as I want to be done this one, I wish it could last forever because I'm really enjoying it. And I have to say, the black background, I don't know. I mean, you can see in the picture, you can kind of get the idea of how it just pops. The skulls and the flowers pop out of the black. But to see it in person is just like, it's so beautiful. How many times can I say beautiful in regards to this painting? I just, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. See, I can have COVID and be miserable and be happy at the same time. All of those things can be true at the same time. And I am pretty miserable. Greg is already, well, he's not 100%. We were talking about it last night. He's not 100%, but he's like very functional. He's been eating for days. He's doing really well. And I'm just, so I haven't been cooking really. Last night when we ate, I ordered in. I've never used Uber Eats before to order food. I always just did it through Skip the Dishes, and I got a coupon when I signed up to drive for Uber Eats. Excuse me, guys, sorry. Not ASMR, is it? But when I signed up to drive, I signed up the Uber Eats account, and they sent me a coupon for $25 off. Up to, like, I don't know, I think they said up to 75% off to a maximum of $25. So we ordered in some vermicelli bowls, and then we ordered extra spring rolls because we love them. And I can't even think. My brain is just like not working. Like worse than normal. Anyway, so it came to like $35, and we ended up getting it for 20, I think. Something like that. And that was including the tip and the delivery and the service fee and all that stuff. So I was really quite impressed with that. We don't order in very often. We don't use, which is funny. I drive for them, but I don't use them that often. But one thing that Skip doesn't do, that Uber does, is so when you've driven and when you drive, you earn points towards pro status. And I'm already at gold, and I think I'm like 7 points away from platinum. And the higher, so I think you start off as, I don't even know what the different levels are, but I think there's 4 different levels. And each tier you get to, you get offered more perks. And so anyways, I'm at the gold right now, and so I can get 15% off if I order through Uber Eats. Not Uber, but Uber Eats. And Skip doesn't do that. They do like discounts and stuff, but it's like a promotion that's app wide. It's not a special perk for drivers. And I just think it's kind of cool that Uber does that. But I want to get to platinum to see if there's like anything different. And they do things like you can get your taxes done, and the higher tier you are, the more percentage off you get. You can get a cell phone bill deduction. The higher you go, the more you get. There's a couple different things. I think car repairs, you get a certain percentage off. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, I got this notification that there was this like first time order 75% off, and thought, I don't want to cook, but I do feel like eating something. And those vermicelli bowls are one of my favorite things, and I don't have them very often. But there used to be this restaurant downtown. I used to work downtown at a call center here in Saskatoon, and on our lunch breaks, we found this little hole-in-the-wall restaurant, and it was the best. I'd never had them before, and it was the best thing I'd ever had, and it just quickly became one of my favorite things to eat. So, but I did get sick from it. Some of it stayed down though, so that's good. Too much information, I know. Sorry. I have no filter. I have no brain. I finally got the prize out to the winner of the giveaway, which I'm just so embarrassed. I think I drew that at the beginning of February, somewhere around there, and I was going to get it out, but I was working crazy hours driving because there was a good promotion going on. It was funny. My last WIP and chat, I was like, there has been no more promotions. And then like the very next day they dropped this promotion, and I was going nuts trying to, it was completely different. This one was 10 deliveries, get $10 bonus, and then 10 more, get 10 more, and then 10 more, get 30, 10 more, get 40, and then 20 more, get 110. Well, I didn't get the 110. Excuse me. But I got all the rest of it. And I was working so hard to try and get all that done. And then I don't know, it was just crazy. It was crazy. Didn't get it done. Then I got the box and I got it packed up, and then I found out I had COVID. So it took me a while. But she was so sweet. She is so understanding. And I just can't wait for her to get it. And thank goodness it's taken care of. Finally. I guess I procrastinated that one too much. Thinking that whatever. It just goes to show you never know what's going to happen, right? Because I mean, clearly not expecting to be sick. And like, honestly, I've had times where I've felt a little under the weather, but not been like actually sick with anything in over 3 years. Like, no flus, no colds, no nothing. And my streak is broken. I hate it. Okay, so I think that is about all I'm going to do on this one, because I am talked out and I can feel my voice getting worse. And I keep swallowing, which means I'm going to start coughing lots, I think. Let's get that in there, please. Like, why won't this guy go in there? There we go. So you guys, this is what it looks like now. I have to go through and pop a bunch of these back in place. But the next time you see it, I am 100% positive it'll be done. That's where I'm going to leave it. So I hope, again, you guys take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. That's what I'm going to say today. And I will talk to you guys all in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.